going on, everybody? This is Living in Arizona Now, and today we're going to show you 25 things you can do on a road trip to Prescott, Arizona. First up, we're going to talk about the drive, which is going to go through Congress, and we're going to go the back way, which is kind of by Wickenburg. There's two different ways to get up to Prescott from Phoenix metro area. One is going to be up the I-17, and the other route, which is the back way, in my opinion, is this route, which also goes by Yarnell, which is along Highway 89. And for those of you who remember the movie about the hot shots of Yarnell, this is actually where the fire was at the Granite Mountain. This route does take a bit longer than going up I-17, but I would say it's more scenic and interesting if you take this route. So you could go up this way and then come back down I-17, or you could do going up I-17 and then coming back down 89, just different ways to get to Prescott. And just above Yarnell is Skull Valley. Even though it's got an intimidating name, it's a unique place where they have the Santa Fe Railroad. The average drive time from downtown Phoenix to Prescott is about 2 hours, and once you arrive, you will likely want to go to downtown, where you'll find the Courthouse Square, which is number 1 on this list. This old building is a historical landmark here. It was originally established in 1878 as the courthouse. There's 127 American elm trees around here. And right next to the courthouse is Whiskey Row, right here along Montezuma Street. This is a popular place with restaurants, history, bars and grills. So if you're looking for a place to eat or go out in Prescott, Whiskey Row seems to be the number 1 area. And on Whiskey Row, you'll find the Hotel St. Michael, which was built in 1901, which still has its red brick structure and all history that you could possibly want to know. So if you're looking for a quaint hotel right there in the heart of Prescott, definitely consider staying here, assuming that they have availability. It does book quickly, especially when they have a big event. And a popular saloon you may want to eat at is called the Palace Restaurant and Saloon, dating all the way back to 1870. It's a steakhouse with dinner, a theater, and sometimes even costume shows going on here. But people really like to go here because this is considered the authentic style of Whiskey Row. And have no fear, there's another saloon just down the way. This is the Jersey Lilly, famous for its balcony and views of the courthouse. Also a restaurant that you can check out dating back to the same time of the historical period. And I think that's what people really love about Whiskey Row, is that it's a blast from the past, taking you all the way back to the old mining era of the 1800s. If you come up here during New Year's Eve or the 4th of July, maybe even during spring break for one of the festivals, that's probably the best time to check out this area if you like vibrance. And if you're looking to have a little bit of extra fun, you can always head over to Bucky's Casino. This is a conference center and a casino complex right here on the Yavapai Indian Reservation. So do be sure to check out Bucky's if you want to have a little bit of adult fun and play some slots or some card games. And I realize this might not be for everyone, but for some people, this is considered a fun activity to do. And because it's across the street from the Yavapai Casino, you can get both casino complexes to check out. Another popular place you may consider staying is going to be the Hassayampa Inn. Some people say that one of the rooms there is haunted. I believe it's room number 426. They also have a balcony suite. So do check this place out if you're looking for another hotel that's just not on Whiskey Row. A little bit more calm over here. And while you're up here, you can head over to the Museum of the Indigenous People and learn about the Native people and some of the artifact collections that they have from here in Prescott. Arizona is home to 22 different tribes. Next up, we're headed over to the Granite Dells area. This is almost 10,000 acres of wilderness, and it's known for its granite boulders that you'll see. It's like a forest of these big boulders. Really cool over here. And this area you're looking at here is called Watson Lake, which, as you can see, is a nice place to kayak. Speaking of kayaking and other water activities, consider Goldwater Lake. You can do fishing, hiking, picnicking here, but really a nice lake here in the middle of the forest. There is about 4 lakes in Prescott. There's Lynx Lake, Goldwater Lake, Watson Lake, and Willow Creek Reservoir. So lake recreation is definitely something to do in Prescott. Now we're headed back over to the courthouse area. This is the lights that occur during the holiday season. So do come down here if you're into lights, taking pictures, walking around in a very nice ambiance atmosphere in Old Town Prescott. Prescott does get 4 seasons, so you can see people are very cold here in early December. So keep that in mind when coming up here. It does get brisk. By the way, the population around Prescott is about 50,000 people. Then we head over to the Charlotte Hall Heritage Museum, another museum that's worth checking out for history. Now we're heading over to the Thumb Butte. This is a popular rock formation that you'll see in Prescott in many pictures. You can actually walk the Thumb Butte Trail, which is popular with people in Groom Creek. Then we have the historic Victorian homes. This is really a cool area to see these Victorian style homes as you drive through Prescott City Center. Many of you may not already know this, but Prescott at one point was the capital of Arizona. From 1864 to 1867, then they moved it down to the old Pueblo in Tucson, before it was finally moved to Phoenix in 1889. And another historical hotel here. This is the Hotel Vendome, built in 1917. It was added to the National Register Historic Places list in 1893. The old Fort Whipple housed a surgeon here. There's actually a stagecoach trail that connects Fort McDowell with Fort Whipple, and I'll be highlighting that in a video I'm doing with my dad coming up soon. So as you can see, there are 3 different hotels that are historical for you to stay at when you come up here. Pretty cool, huh? And here we are now at the Prescott Farmers Market. This takes place every Saturday morning. It's a mix between ready-made foods, variety of baked goods, seasonal vegetables. Lots of farming activity actually goes on up here in Prescott. So for those of you who actually love farmers markets, this one might just be one of the best you'll find in all of Arizona. So it might be worth a Saturday trip up here from the valley or wherever you are. Next up is Lynx Lake. We talked about this previously, but something you want to know about Lynx Lake, in this area was where they did a lot of gold mining and prospecting, so you will see some of the old mining activity right around here at Lynx Lake Reservoir. Just a great place to hang out for some outdoor sun and fun. Now we're going to take a look at some of the unique shopping they have out here. You have Liberty Lane, a great place to get antiques up here. You're going to have Lost in Sports, sports cards and memorabilia, old toys. You have saltwater taffy, as you can see. So coming up here, doing some shopping, you never know what you'll find from the old history out here. Maybe even get a cowboy hat or some cowboy boots. Now we're over here at the Elks Theater. This 20th century opera house holds around 500 people. It's classically designed, and it's also part of the National Register of Historic Places, completed in 1905. Now let's talk about some fun places to eat. You have Murphy's Cafe. You also have Lone Star Cafe, Limoncello, Pizzeria Napolitana. So definitely get out here and explore the eateries and the cafes around Prescott. Definitely a fun adventure to explore as you continue to come up here and visit. Now let's talk about the downtown nightlife. So this place gets going on the weekends. That's Friday and Saturday. You can find a mellow scene throughout the week, and on holidays this place is absolutely jamming. There's a few places around Arizona that really embody the nightlife of cultural Arizona, and downtown Prescott definitely has that. Now if you don't want to stay in a hotel, you can also do some camping. Some of the popular places are going to be Point of the Rocks RV Campground, Juniper Well, White Spar Campground, going up to Lynx Creek Farm, and then you have the Willow Lake RV Park. So there's a lot of camping out here, including in the National Forest. If you go onto the USDA.gov website, you can see they say camping outside of campgrounds is allowed in many parts of the Prescott National Forest, but camping near the city is limited. Now we're headed to Mortimers Farm. This is a popular farm for pumpkin patch, Christmas trees. People come up here to actually just walk around and take in the experience and the ambiance, but it's a real popular farm area dating all the way back for as long as I can remember since I was a kid. It didn't used to be called Mortimers though. Some of you who grew up in Arizona may remember it as Young's Farm. I just remember coming up here for the pumpkins. It was always a seasonal thing that we would do, is come up to Young's Farm, now currently a Mortimer's Farm. But you can see, this just goes to show lots of farming activity up here. For those of you looking to get involved, for those of you looking to do some more outdoor activities, I would recommend heading over to the Highland Center for Natural History. Here you'll find a lot of information about the trails and just general information about the outdoor activities. Again, the best time of year is going to be the fall or spring, but people still come out here in the winter and summer. Now let's talk about summer camps, activities to do in the summertime. So as long as I can remember, Prescott was always the go-to place for summer camps. That includes the YMCA, Highland Center, which we just showed you. You have the Prescott Pines Christian Camp. You have Backcountry Unlimited. You have Camp Tuku. So if you have kids, bring them to the summer camp here, or you can volunteer and be a part of the summer camp. So that's a fun thing to do here in Arizona. Now you have the DeweyHumble town. And this here town is in between Prescott or Prescott Valley and the I-17. So if you're coming up the I-17 route, you would stop by this old country western town. It is considered the historic mining district's gateway. So up in the National Forest of Prescott, you have the Bradshaw Mountains, and that's really where a lot of activity took place. And if you ever did want to explore the Bradshaw Mountains, I would consider going up to Crown King and then taking the Senator Highway into Prescott. It takes about 2 to 3 hours, and it's a really long, rough road, so make sure you bring a 4x4 or a strong vehicle. But what a cool experience that is. We actually have a video of that on this channel. I'll put a link below in the description. And thank you to all of our subscribers, and a big shout out to our channel members who help make it possible to bring videos to you just like this. If you live in Arizona or plan to live in Arizona and you enjoy content like this, you should definitely consider subscribing and watching some more of our other videos. We've got Flagstaff coming next. We've got the Verde Valley and Sedona coming up, and you also have some videos from Cave Creek. So thanks for watching, and click one of our next videos right here at the end